Hey guys, we're here just before the show to tell you about what it's going to be about and what we're going to talk about tonight. Tonight's show is called Nature Morte, which is a phrase meaning death of nature. And it's kind of like the opposite of still life. It's what the French call still life. Still life is an art piece that basically captures a moment in time. You've seen still life before. Still life is like maybe a candle, a few wine bottles and some fruit, maybe a blanket or something behind it, and people draw it, and it's supposed to be like a snapshot. Well, Nature Morte is basically the opposite of that, a image that's neither alive nor dead, and that's what the metaverse is promising. It looks like Mark Zuckerberg had an interview the other day showing the new avatars for metaverse, and they look realistic. I remember looking back at the old ones where they look like cartoons, they look like block Lego pieces or maybe Minecraft pieces, but the truth is now they look pretty amazingly real, uncanny. And one of the interviewers in the meeting said, well, this could be very beneficial for people who are grieving the loss of a loved one, that you could get in 3D print or 3D show their faces and have them communicate using AI with those loved ones who wish to see their dead friends and neighbors on computers. And he says, yeah, I guess that can be done. And so he was talking about the idea of resurrecting the dead in the metaverse, or at least you could have your avatar in the metaverse for as long as you want, even after you've died, and somebody could care for it, or at least make you into a facsimile, which is very creepy. We've talked about the digital dead before. We've talked about the Lazarus Project. We've talked about all these things. I just thought it was kind of creepy to touch on again since we're moving closer to Halloween. And so I'm basically calling it Dawn of the Digital Dead, meaning that here we are about ready to move into another phase of transhumanism, which is eternal life through electronics. Something that, of course, when Thomas Edison made the phonograph, he wanted to be able to compose or put together a way that he could contact the dead. What he really did is he made a way to where a voice could be forever encased in a record, and so you can play a record of a dead rock star and hear them sing forever. It's like their soul is there, or their body or their vocals are there. So it's kind of a reminder of how you could keep something eternally. And so digitally, though, it's going to be hard to tell the difference between what is real and what isn't real. And so that's the whole purpose of the show tonight. So the question is, would you have yourself turned into a digital doppelganger in order for your loved ones to speak with you beyond the grave? That's the question. So we're going to be dealing with that tonight on Ground Zero. Remember, you can join us from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Friday. We're on several internet networks. If you want to turn your internet into a radio station, just go to groundzero.radio. We also have feeds on several other networks. We have a feed on TalkStreamLive.com. You could go there as well. We've been the #1 most listened to show there, and so we'd like to keep up that wonderful little number there as #1. We thank you for all of the support, which reminds me, if you want to support the show and keep us financially lit and happy and the bills paid, why don't you subscribe today to Aftermath.media? Aftermath.media is a support network for the show. It's kind of like a Disney Plus. It's Ground Zero Plus, where you can get the shows when they're convenient for you. You can also look at documents that we have that we use for research, also other things that we have like videos, and we have social networks and a chat. And every once in a while we have webinars with a lot of famous people in the news. Sometimes they're people with very interesting things to talk about. And sometimes I show up and we have a nice little chat with the listeners, and it feels like family. And so it's a nice little family get together at Aftermath.media. So sign up today, get yourself a premium subscription so you can participate in all the fun things at Aftermath.media. And we'll see you tonight at 7 p.m. for Nature Morte right here on Ground Zero.